All right, so when you get to the app, you should be able to set this null hypothesis needs to be at 80. I'm gonna just enter it in so I have it exact. It's harder on my iPad. All right, so when we do that, this red curve over here, right, is gonna be our distribution when the null is 80%. Okay, now, right here you want to set this as less than, okay, because our alternate hypothesis is a less than hypothesis. And we're going to set this up to show us our power, or does it want us to do, nope, we want it to display type 2 error, not power. Okay, so the true value of P. So what we're saying in this scenario is that the alternate hypothesis is true, and the true value of P is actually 0.66. So I'm going to move this over till it gets to 0.66. There it is, okay? So the blue curve that you're seeing now is what the sampling distribution of P hats would look like if the true proportion were 66%, right? So there's some overlap there. She is taking 50 shots, so that sample size of 50 is good, and our type 1 error, our alpha, is 0.05. All right, so here's the deal. When we look at this, that blue shaded area is the probability of a type 1 error. That's how often we're going to make a type 1 error, and we'll go back to the other page and we'll mark it up in a little bit so you'll see it. But then what I want you to see is this. If you look up at the top where it says errors and significance testing above the graph, and it says the probability of a type 1 error is 5%. And then it says the probability of a type 2 error is 24%. And then it says the power is 76%. Well, what I want you to see is that the power is the rest of that distribution when the alternate is true. That's 76%. And if we are in the green, if we get something that's in the green, then we are going to correctly reject the null, because everything in the green is below the rejection region for the red. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but what I want you to notice is that power and probability of type 2 have to add up to 100% because they add up to that entire distribution. All right, leave that there. We're going to come back to it, and I'm going to let you mess with it, because you're going to mess with changing the true value of P and changing the sample size and changing the type 1 error and looking to see what that does to the power of the test. All right.